Hey everyone, Human Shield 1991 back again with another episode of our Pokemon Showdown Generation 1 Random Battles series. This is going to be the 10th episode of the series, and it's been a little bit since I've done Showdown battles on the channel. The last time I had a recording session, it was very hectic with a lot of bad hacks, and I've been putting a lot of focus on the Nuzlocke lately, but I definitely still want to do Pokemon Showdown battles. They're definitely fun to do, and sometimes it's a little more difficult for me. For those who are unaware, I am using an older computer, an old janky laptop actually, and that's the best gear I have, unfortunately. And to do showdown battles, I have to also run OBS, and it's just sometimes it's a lot for my computer to handle. Thankfully, with the Nuzlocke, I could use Virtual Boy Advance, which has a built-in recorder, so I don't need to run multiple apps at the same time or multiple programs. So that's a plus. Anyway, this should be a fun video, just as a heads up. Unfortunately, we did have somebody leave in one of these, and we do have 3 battles instead of the usual 1 or 2. The video still isn't going to be super long, though. You'll see why. That's partly due to one person leaving, but also I didn't necessarily play my best here, but I don't want to spoil anything. We'll see how that goes. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. As of the recording of this, we're at about 44 subscribers. So we're so close to that 45 mini goal, and then we're very close to our first quote-unquote big goal of 50. So definitely subscribe. Beyond that, like, comment, let me know what you think of the video, what you think of my strategies, what you think of my opponent's strategies, what you think of our Pokemon, the teams, just what you think in general, anything. Something I say, something I bring up. If you like Jynx, tell me you like Jynx and tell me why. If you like Ghastly, tell me why, All comments are welcome. Anyway, let's get going. Oh, and as a heads up for one other thing, the video is going to be a little different because I was toying around with the OBS, so excuse the black bar. That should be gone the next time for the next upload. Anywho, the video for this game, it started out pretty well. Cloyster and Geodude, and I don't know why they stayed in, but they ate a Surf pretty quickly. But, yeah, this was kind of tough for me. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and the Thunder Wave hit me hard. You're going to definitely see it's going to become routine, unfortunately, where these thunder waves were getting me. The paralysis was just a lot for me to handle. Also, Blizzard is absolutely brutal. Completely just, big damage. I tried to set up, but I was paralyzed, so I wasn't really able to do so. And unfortunately, they woke up very quickly. Paralysis slowed me down, and there wasn't much I could do at this point. Instead of going for a Blizzard, they went for the smart move and went for Surf because they knew it would take me out. And since they're already set up, even better. Or worse for me. Anyway, next time I sent Butterfree, even though I know it's weak to ice, just hoping to put it back to sleep. Just doing something to try to whittle this Slowbro down. Unfortunately, I didn't have any moves I could do to it because I just have Psychic. So I had to look at my roster and determine who would be the best fit. Frankly, I didn't think I had a great crew. Not that it's necessarily a bad team, there's some good Pokemon on it, but I just didn't have the synergy, especially against what they had. I mean, you look at that Hyper Beam, and that did just about nothing, and then I had to waste a turn, so that was definitely unfortunate, but I didn't have much I could do, right? Because Blizzard's probably not going to do much. Surf's not going to do much because it's a water type, plus their special's up, so I don't know. It was definitely tough. At least Hyper Beam's a physical move, but I don't have Stab, and Cloyster just doesn't have like a sky high physical attack anyway, I don't think so. That was definitely unfortunate as well. Anyway, at this point I was so close to taking out Slowbro, but the Surf got me. So now I was just looking at raw speed. I needed to send someone out who could either tank a hit or hit him quick enough to knock him out. I figured Clefable can go quick, Hyper Beam, and for Gen 1 there is that Hyper Beam, exploit, where if you use it and you knock someone out, you don't have to wait a turn. So that's nice. Anyway, I was hoping maybe I could get back into things now, since they sent Bellsprout out next, and I would be able to take them out fairly easily, but they put me to sleep. I swear the hacks in this game, competitive is going to drive me, not that I play competitive, and for the record, I don't at all, but these battles against people are going to drive me crazy with these hacks. The last session of Gen 1, 2, and 3 with all those freezes drove me insane. And then this game, I swear, paralysis and sleep just so frustrating. So frustrating. The Fable pretty much went down right as it was going to wake up. Well, actually, no, I didn't even wake up. For some reason, I thought it did, but I went down, and Bellsprout beat Clefable, and it doesn't even make sense. Anyway, so now Nidoran. I did have Blizzard, so that was nice at least. But it missed. Of course it did. His didn't, but mine always do. Thankfully, the Stun Spore did miss, so that was nice, but my Blizzard missed again, and their Sleep Powder hit. As I play more of these games, I start to understand why people I watch get so annoyed when playing. I could never quite understand it, but I'm beginning to understand it. Anyway, then they sent out their secret weapon in Articuno, and I was in big trouble. Now, I do have Butterfree, so if somehow I can survive, I can maybe put it to sleep. And then I have Snorlax, who, hopefully that didn't just mess with me. Anyway, I have Snorlax, who could definitely tank some hits, but not as well as I was thinking. And, of course, I didn't get the paralysis from the Body Slam, which I was really hoping I was, and then they took me out. Crit at the worst possible time. Just left me completely hopeless of winning, and then the Ice Beam all but took me out. I did do Psychic. It still wasn't enough to take out Articuno, and that was game over for me. So yeah, that wasn't a great start. Definitely an auspicious start for the day. Obviously, I wasn't going to just end it there. Also, it would be a fairly short video. I mean, we're only at like 7 minutes right now. But yeah, I'm not saying I played that perfectly. There's definitely stuff I could have done better. But at the same time, I'm going to chalk a lot of that up just to team synergy. And that's something I've really noticed in these games is when you do random battles, you don't choose who your partners are. You don't choose who your team is. It's all random. And sometimes you have great teams. Sometimes you have bad teams. Sometimes you have great Pokemon. Sometimes you have weaker Pokemon. And then sometimes you just have a team that's fine, but there's no synergy. Like you're lacking certain types you need or certain moves. You don't have good switch-ins. So that's just an unfortunate part of the game, I guess. And again, as a reminder, that little black bar, that should be gone for the next video I do. So anyway, this one starts off fairly strong in my favor due to the typing. Kadabra is a beast. Hits hard and fast. I thought it would be a one-shot. It wasn't, and they put me to sleep because, frankly, why wouldn't they put me to sleep? But I woke up first turn, which is a miracle. And unfortunately, you can't attack that turn for Gen 1, but that's okay. So, Pinsir came out, and I was a little worried, but then I saw how much damage I did, and that worry quickly fled. Unfortunately, I did not get a high roll the second time, and the Hyper Beam took me out. They took advantage of it. But this worked out very nicely in my favor. Pinsir decided to set up with Swords Dance, and at least in the early games, I don't think in the later games, when you transform as Ditto and they have a stat boost, you get that stat too. I actually have no idea if that's carried over into other games. Let me know in the comment section down below if you know, please. Regardless, they sent out Kadabra this time, but I was not overly concerned due to my attack buff. Psychic did okay damage, but not that much. Unfortunately, it did get the drop, though. Quickly took out Kadabra. They sent out Vulpix. Now, I'm not 100% certain, but I think I'm actually facing the same person I did before. Keep in mind, I record these oftentimes as early as 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 4 a.m. So generally, there's not that many people playing when I'm playing. It's not the most active time period. Anyway, Krabby and Machoke are out now, and it's definitely a battle I wouldn't have expected to see, but it went well for me. A couple Crab Hammers, Machoke took itself out, and they quit. So I did get the win. I don't like to get the win when somebody quits. It's a little disappointing, especially because, again, I'm recording this for other people to view, and who wants to sit there and watch people leave? But it is what it is. One loss, one win. We're still only less than 10 minutes into the video, so I thought I would do one more battle. Hopefully we get a full win. So let's go. This time they sent out Ghastly, and I was looking at my team, and it was not a bad team at all. I mean, I have two legendaries, so I really can't complain too much about it. I have legendaries, I have a champ. In theory, this should be a great team, but I'm sticking with in theory. Now, first and foremost, I hate being put to sleep, and I've been put to sleep so many times in this playthrough. Uh, Eradicate was out, unfortunately, quite quickly, and I realized I need to take Ghastly out, but I didn't really know what to do. They put me to sleep because Ghastly is so fast. I was hoping I could do Psychic because of his poison typing, but unfortunately he knows Psychic and it hurts my poison typing instead. At this point I switched out to Pinsir, hoping that I could eat up a Psychic, but not only did I not eat it up very well, but they got the drop. So that was miserable, and I did a horrible move. I did the swap without actually looking at my moveset. I couldn't touch it anyway. Just I did not think that through. That was all on me. Just absolute laziness. Anyway, they hit hypnosis right away. Thankfully, I did wake up, but I don't know how the hypnosises are hitting left and right like this. I woke up again, and they finally missed, but I don't know how many times in this video people have hit first turn hypnosis, but whatever gods they're, whatever Pokemon gods and hypnosis gods they're praying to, they need to keep it up because it's definitely working in their favor. Anyway, finally something worked in my favor, and I got the paralysis attack, and I got a crit, only to be put to sleep again. I woke up pretty quickly again, though. Zapdos, for whatever reason, has been waking up very quickly, and that's nice. And I was finally able to take Ghastly out. That's right, this far into the battle, 2 Pokemon down, 1 almost down, Zapdos damage, and I only took out 1 Pokemon, and it was a Ghastly. So you can see how this one's going for me. I stayed with Dugtrio because I really didn't know what to switch to. Eventually, I decided to switch into Machamp, but because the rocks are gonna kill Articuno, it's gonna kill Zapdos, and it's frustrating. Now, Butterfree is bug flying, and in my head, I always thought it was bug poison. I know that's Venomoth and Beedrill, but I always thought Butterfree was also bug poison. I don't know why. I just always have. But it's not, so go figure. I hit Joe back hoping to do big damage. I did pretty good damage, but not enough. And it puts me to sleep because why wouldn't it? They hit Psychic. It didn't do very much damage, so I was hoping for a quick wake up, but it didn't come. At this point, even if I did wake up, it would take me out, so it did not matter. This left me with just 2 Pokemon, basically 1.5. I sent out Articuno, my other legendary, to hopefully somehow magically sweep his entire squad. Maybe. Probably not. They sent out Jynx, and suddenly I was stuck, because what could I do against Jynx? My only moves are ice moves, and Venomoth can maybe put it to sleep, but then what am I going to do? Double Edge hurts me, and then I have a Psychic move, so I was definitely, I knew I was done for. Vaporeon came out though, which I had no problem trying to kill a Vaporeon, but they switched back instantly to Jynx, and I did nothing with Psychic. Just absolutely nothing. Thankfully, I did have Stun Spore, so my strategy was to paralyze it, but I died before I could. This left Articuno to come out, and at this point, it was just about doing damage. Hoping maybe I could hit it, because Dugtrio would probably go out to a Nice Beam. So if I could take down Jynx and Dugtrio, Vaporeon would have some good sleep luck. I could whittle it down. So there's a little bit of hope, but not a lot. Unfortunately, the lovely kiss killed all that hope. All hope was gone. And I'm not talking about the Slipknot song. But I did wake up, and they got the crit. At this point, and they got the special drop. At this point, I decided to rest just because I did do quite a bit of damage. I thought maybe there was hope, but the damage they're doing now was just too great. I believe what happens here is I wake up, and I could have gone for the rest again, but there was no point. The damage was just too much, and it was over. I was just prolonging the inevitable. And that's it. Game over. Good game to them. Bad game for me. That makes today's videos 2 losses and 1 win, although the win was by forfeit. I'm pretty sure I was going to win that either way. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, be sure to give a thumbs up. Those help the channel a lot, but especially leave comments. Comments are supposedly really good for the channel, but they're also very motivating for me personally, and I love to see them, so thank you. I try to respond to all comments so we can have a conversation, or I can just thank you for the comment, or thank you for subscribing, which, by the way, if you haven't already, please subscribe. We're at 44, and I definitely want to hit 45, and I'd love to hit 50, but we'll see how long that takes. Regardless, we've only been doing this journey for about a month and a half so far. Um, Getting close to 2 months, I think, but just a month and a half or so. And the fact that we already have 44 subscribers, we have people who come on just about every video. I'm very grateful for everybody's support thus far. Um, and I hope I'm making it entertaining the best way I can. I'm not an over-the-top YouTuber. I'm not going to sit there and scream and yell. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's just not my style. So I'm glad that the style seems to work for some people. Regardless, hopefully we can keep growing, and that involves comments, likes, subscribes, all that. But ultimately, if you're watching it and you're enjoying it, that's what counts the most, because I'm having fun. So if you're having fun too, perfect. Anyway, if you don't already follow me on Twitter at HumanShield1991, it's a good way to stay up to date on everything happening on the channel going forward. I actually think I forgot to plug my Twitter in the beginning of the video, so definitely follow me on Twitter. I talk about plans for the channel. I do daily this or that. A lot of fun to be had. But that's going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for checking this video out. And until next time, later.